interesting to notice that although this was a record company owned by an African American, it was not just strictly a record company for African Americans. Barry was an equal employment, an equal opportunity employer. I mean, he didn't care what you were as long as you could do the job.
Yeah, that was the key. And that made it easy for me because looking for talented people, I didn't care what color they were either. I just wanted to know, can you cut it? Can you do this? Are you willing to put your heart in this?
Well, Joe Messina is a prime example. I mean, he was right there, and he was playing that guitar. He had been on television with Soupy Sales,
right.
and he came in and he said, yeah, he'd love to work at Motown. And of course, too, you had perhaps one of the best bass players of all time, James Jamerson, who could just literally cut it. And I mean, he could cut through a track or a musical selection like you just wouldn't believe. And of course, you had Eddie Bongo, and you also had another gentleman. You had Benny Benjamin.
Benny Benjamin. Oh, man.
Great drummer.
Great drummer.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, the guys you just mentioned, even with Joe Messina, when we went into the pit, we called it the pit.
Right.
We did all the recording. I hate that word because it reminded me of the snake pit.
Right. That's what Mr. Ashford had talked about it. Jack had mentioned that they call it the snake pit.
Yeah, because once you walk in, once you go out of the pit, the world is out. Now it's just us and the music, and each person had to get deeply involved in what we were playing, and it worked like that. I mean, we were in a trance, you know what I mean? So, but they came together. Each musician came and brought his heart, and that's what made the music really hot.
Yes, it did. And if anything, the early parts of Motown were basically, you know, right there, music right after my own heart, and you were doing doo-wop. And we'll of course be playing one of the doo-wop songs in a few moments, but of course, how can we begin the history of Motown without the first song that ever came out on Motown? Federico, let us go to track number 2 and let us play it. I don't think we need to even introduce it. You'll know exactly what it is.